So it's been about 28 minutes, and as you can clearly tell, we did some framing today, which I love, and we're actually fairly skilled at, which is nice. So, first of all, you see these trusses, these are floor trusses because there's gonna be another floor up above that, and there's gonna be a couple bedrooms and a bathroom and a loft and all kind of things. Then this will all be 20-foot tall ceilings here, so it'll look way up, and then behind it will be a garage, a laundry room and stuff. So these are heavy and difficult to get up here, but as much as my crew complained, I told them with enough hands, we can lift anything. And they were like, anything? And I was like, yes, Judah, come over here, tell. So then what I said, we can lift anything.
And then he said we could lift the world.
With enough hands, we could lift the entire earth.
Yeah.
Right?
The earth.
The earth.
Yeah.
So we could do that. We could lift the entire earth. So we need, this is a fundraiser.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a GoFundMe.
That's the whole point of this video. We need your money.
We do, because we need to gather enough people that we can lift the entire earth. I think if we just I
don't even know if we need people. We might just need their hands.
Oh, just their hands. So
yeah.
just if you could donate your hands or money, your choice. I don't care which. Let's take a quick walk through here. 25. Say hi, Kenny. 25. Kenny's a beautiful person. All right, so earlier it was difficult when we were looking at chalk lines on the ground to be like, what in the world's going on? But now it's a lot easier. So this is going to be like a dining room area. There's a big window right here. Here's a half bath in here, right? This is a throne room from the other side. This is kitchen. That's all living room, laundry room, and garage. And then come on to the master bedroom. Later on, you won't want to do that. Here we go. French door, window, lots of light. Look at that beautiful view. Look at that tree. Oh, I'm so jealous. I mean, not like in a bad way. Then we come through here, and we got a bathroom. Come on in. So there will be a stand-up shower, big shower here. There'll be a tub on the ground here, a vanity, another vanity, and then the toilet area. And then, I know a lot of you girls are gonna be jealous. Look at this closet. His and hers. I don't know if you can tell which one's bigger. It's the hers. The hers is bigger because that's how life works out. And also because Mike has a big heart and loves his wife. In fact, I've never heard him say a bad word about her. Anytime anybody's like, he stands up and defends her like a warrior, right? I saw him slay a dragon and storm a castle for his wife, and I was like, that is an honorable man. Look how tough he is. Show him your muscles.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at those. Ah!
Wait, can I go into something?
Yes.
This was the longest 28 minutes.
For you? I barely felt it.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody work as hard as John, ever in my life. I'm really proud of you.
What about Benno? Benno did good.
Benno, he worked hard, but you were all over. Appreciate you.
No, man, I love it.
Everybody here. It's beautiful. Can't believe what happened today.
So then tomorrow, we're gonna frame some more. And eventually we're gonna get up to the top. And once we do that, then we'll dry it all in and put in windows, doors, and siding and all that. And can't wait. All right, love you guys. See you later. So somebody commented yesterday, like, how many framers did you have working? And the answer is 482, but most of them are invisible. But we did all this yesterday. And Christina did too. She's behind the... Show yourself, Christina. She's
in a second, I will.
In a second, she will show herself. Not yet. All right, so Kenny, what was the most fun about this yesterday?
We had to use 19 penny nails and beat them all in by hand up here.
Yep.
And then we had to Wingardium Leviosa these mother lovers up there. And it's really hard to do that whenever you have to whittle your own wand from scratch out of a pressure-treated piece of 2x6.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
And then you don't have like the lathe to normally get that nice smooth edge, and so sometimes you get splinters and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we learned about a lot of people's mishandlings of knives yesterday, whittling our wands out.
Yeah, there's some scars.
And it turns out that the pressure treating chemical actually kind of messes with the magic behind it. So it turns out we actually just had to lift them up there by hand. Yeah. And I definitely didn't help. It was all Mike, James, Drew.
Mostly Christina.
And
I didn't do nothing.
No.
As usual, I was sipping lemonade.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Sitting underneath the tree. Sitting in the tree. I see the shadiest people underneath trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a beautiful early morning sunset, isn't it? Is that how you say it?
Early morning sunset.
Yeah.
But I feel like my brain just took a screenshot.
I'm pretty sure that if you sneeze and fart at the same time, your body takes a screenshot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Also, you gotta.
Where's the file that stores those photos?
I don't know. I think if you get on a memory foam mattress and you just lay there, then all of a sudden those kind of roll through your mind. You're like, oof. a bad moment in time.
Yeah, the before bedtime anxiety thing.
All I want to do is sleep. You're like, remember this? Like, yeah.
Remember that one time I thought that was a gas, but it turned out to be a solid?
What are you guys talking about?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right, let's get some work.
All right.
You guys again, huh? Well, as you can clearly tell, we have spent a little bit of time, roughly 28 minutes, framing up some of the stuff. So yesterday we stopped there. There's going to be a second floor on that. We haven't done it yet. Then we framed up the garage. This is a 3-car garage, but it's a 2-car opening, and there'll be storage. And then this is a laundry room. We framed that up. And then this is high ceilings for the whole great room. So all your living room and stuff will be 20-foot tall ceilings. So that has been fantastical to get up. Now, I know that a lot of you would look at something like this and be like, I'm so afraid I'm going to get it wrong or get messed up or whatever. Let me just tell you, the fear of failure and the fear of what other people think about you has defeated far more people than actual failure ever has. Have some courage. Also, on a side note, whoever it is that's praying for me, keep doing it. It's definitely working. Because I've been doing some sketchy stuff today. I mean, real sketchy. Christina, have I been good? She's nodding yes behind the camera. Like, yeah, that dude does some sketchy stuff. So keep praying for me, but also don't be afraid. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to die? We're all going to die anyway. Newsflash. All right, see you later.
I want to put to bed the myth of construction headaches. I know you guys probably heard of construction guys. They always need Advil and Tylenol and stuff like that because they have headaches. It's not because of the work. It's because whenever they show up, every job site has a job site gorilla, and the job site gorilla sometimes goes crazy at the end of the day and starts beating them in the head. So, anywho.
That's not it, Kenny. I'll tell you what it is. It's a real headache when you're thinking once a year for however long it takes, people have to have a Christmas tree that's really tall. And so we can't have a low 10-foot ceiling. We got to have a 20-foot ceiling for their Christmas tree. That's where your headaches come in. You're like, oh, it's too much.
That's right.
Do you remember now?
Yeah, because everybody's allergic to pine, right?
Everybody, except for cedar people. And they're allergic to cedar. Yeah.
Well, I see what you...
I see. I see what you did,
And now the tiredness is taking over.
Good talk. All right, back to work. Hey there. So, it was very cold and windy today. Very windy. I think 40 mile an hour or something like that. But we did get subfloor up here, which is nice. You can't really see it from here, so it's not really a great video. I apologize. We did also a lot of OSB, which is sheathing on the outside, which is also wind bracing. And that kind of stuff takes time, but it actually is very important. And then we got some roof trusses up over here. And so we got a skytrack, and Jeremy Thompson, thank you for your idea, and whatever. So we're going to get the rest of these roof trusses up tomorrow. We're going to frame the upstairs. We've already got it laid out. We're going to frame the upstairs. And we're going to put in a manual escalator for this house, but they want it made out of metal. And so Mike Femisser is going to work on that because he's a welder. So in case you don't understand what a manual escalator is, let me just explain that to you. It's stairs. It's like an escalator, but you just walk up them manually. It's just stairs. That's it. I'm terrified of elevators, though, and I'm taking steps to avoid it. I apologize for that one, too. Anyway, so we've got trusses over here. Our stack of lumber is half what it was, or less than half what it was, and we're going to keep on working. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Oh, hey there. Yeah, so if you're anything like me, probably recess was your favorite subject in school. And played on the jungle gym a lot. Maybe your teachers were thinking things like this: John, you're never going to amount to much of anything. And then you're like, oh yeah? And here I am, making money. So a lot of you guys are like, let's take a look at here. What did you guys do today? You haven't been updating us. I'll show you what we did today. How exciting. We got rafters up, we got some plywood up, we got eaves built and gables built, we got this little attachment over the laundry room done, which is really amazing and fantastical. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, Self, I've got a big storm in my life. I'm out here on the sea, the lake, the ocean, whatever it is, the waves are high. I think I might die. It's okay, because if Jesus is in your boat, then he'll just calm that storm for you. So just relax, because it's going to be all right. Now look, there's a lot of times people look at something like this and they go, I can't do that. And I'm like, I don't know the meaning of the word can't, which is really sad because it's a simple, like, what do you call those when you put two words together, you put a little apostrophe right there? It's a conjunction. I don't understand those. So anyway, that's why I just keep doing stuff, because I'm like, when people say, can you do that? I'm like, I don't know the meaning of the word can't, so I'm just gonna do it. And then it gets done. Oh, hey there. So we had a pretty productive morning. I don't know if you can take a look around here real quick. Drew, what do you see? Oh my goodness, we framed the entire upstairs in about, I don't know, 28 minutes. Jeremy pointed out, and he's probably right, that I have zero fashion sense. And he's like, but you know who does have fashion sense? Kenny. Kenny, come over here. Come, look at these shorts. I mean, that is classy. Oh, it's such, you know what that feels like? That feels like husband material right there. Oh yeah, he is. Woo. And you got the screws in here and everything. You ready to screw?
Yeah.
Score.
Screw that. Screw that.
So tell us what you did here this morning.
Well, the first thing I did this morning was get here late.
Yep, true story.
The second thing I did this morning was cut a bunch of boards, and it was like going on forever, and I was like, geez, man, like, how many more freaking boards do I gotta cut?
And the answer was 0.
Yeah. Because it's done.
Yeah, we did it. So we got to put decking around here, sheathing around this, OSB, and then we're building it. Here, come on over here, Drew. Don't walk too far. If you walk over, yep, like that, that's not good. So out here, Jeremy's building a deck. This will be a raised deck out here, and then it'll be, we're gonna have a roof up top over it. So once we get the deck built and everything's sheathed, then we can put our rafters up, and we got the skytrack for that. So we're very excited. Now I want to show you guys a couple things on how framing works, okay? So you have to have a nailer in the, let's go over here. You have to have a nailer in the corner so that your sheetrock can hit it. You have to have a nailer in this corner so your sheetrock can hit it. And we come every 16 inches because you go 16, 32, 48. Oh, that's 4 feet. And then 64, 80, and then 96. That's 8 feet, right? So you have 4x8 sheets and they land perfectly. So you got 16-inch centers all the way down. You gotta have a nailer for this inside wall in here, and then one for the outside corner, right? But then, come closer. Then we have what's called a king stud and a jack stud. And the jack stud takes the weight of this header right here because it's heterosexual. And then whenever you got weight on top of that, then it doesn't, you know, you can just.
Why don't they have queen studs?
You know, there's king studs and there's jack studs, but queens usually aren't on a job site. Oh, you meant like female queens. That's embarrassing. Anything else you want to talk about, Kenny? Kenny's really smart.
Yeah, I doubt that.
No, he's pretty smart. So here's what I've been thinking about. I mean, if you're anything like me, you probably think about this a lot. Animals, the animal kingdom, breathes in oxygen, breathes out carbon dioxide, right? Plants breathe in carbon dioxide, they breathe out oxygen. It's a perfect cycle. Here's what I'm thinking. We got so much pollution in the world, and I dream about this all night long. Just the ozone layer being depleted and how much gasoline and exhaust is going out. What we need, we've got machines already that turn gas into exhaust. We need something else that will turn exhaust back into gas.
I can definitely turn a couple tacos into some gas.
That's a true story. I got gas this morning for 49 cents.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, it was a Taco Bell. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Oh, hey there. So we have a very productive day today. We're still not done yet. We framed the whole upstairs, which is a pretty big deal. We got decking, which is the OSB, around this tall wall, which is slow and tedious because it's high. And then around that tall wall, and we started on this one over here, and then we've got this whole deck built over here, and I'll show you that in just a second. But if you're waiting in your life for the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're just sitting there like, when is my time gonna come? Think about this. You might be the light at the end of somebody else's tunnel. They might be waiting for you. They might be waiting for you to be the miracle for them. You might be just what they need. Think about that. Let's go look at this deck. So, say hi. What's happening? So how cool is this? This is a covered deck that then we'll have a covered porch up above that. So covered deck and then covered porch. This is 12 feet tall to the bottom of this thing, and then another 8 feet above that. So it'll be 20 feet tall up there. And then obviously we're gonna have a gable on it too. But we've been working on this all day. Jeremy and Judah and James have been working on these all day long, and they've been doing a great job. But look how beautiful that looks, right? And then we're gonna flash this in and then put all our deck boards on there. And obviously we're gonna have posts, just 6x6 posts up above that. And then we'll put another beam and go on there. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the morning. Bye-bye. So here's the second floor. And you can see it goes way down. Hey, Drew. This is all going to be loft area here. Oh, what a beautiful evening sunrise. I think that's how you say it. And then we got bathroom, bedroom, closet. Then that'll be French doors. This is all, hold on, let's see if I can back up some. This is all gonna be a loft area right here. This will be a staircase, it's not yet. And then this will all be a covered deck. So this deck is the cover for the below us, which is 12 feet down. And then up above us, there will be another covered porch. Quite beautiful. Look at this sunset though, dear. That is just absolutely beautiful. You know, every day, every night, God paints us a beautiful picture up in the sky, and nobody ever bothers to look up. And nobody ever bothers to say thank you. But that is breathtaking. And look at this view. Isn't that nice? Oh, hey there. Come closer. Let me just show you what we've done. So, I got my teeth worked on. They put in chiclets, which is great if I need some gum. But, you know, it's not good for your gums, actually. So, because of the sugar. So, we're putting the top of this deck on, and then we're going to cut everything off square. We're screwing it all in, making it all pretty. Mike, you loving it? Good job. And that feels pretty solid, right? Yeah. Feels pretty solid. Okay, and then we're gonna have uprights up here, and then we're gonna start putting the roof trusses in, which is great. But let me show you over here. Watch your feet. All right, so a lot of you guys don't understand things, so I'm gonna explain it to you. Give me a second. What's up? Okay, but we're filming right now. Okay, so whenever you frame something, we built a gable here this morning, right? So this is to cover up the closet, and so you got you got a ridge board right here, right? This is a ridge board. And then you got rafters that come down. And then we've got a gabled end right over here. And so we have to have this piece supports out on the eave, right? Because otherwise, if I stood out here, it would just fall off. So we have to do this last one and then bring this out and then brace it so that it holds tight. Now, we went on 2-foot centers, which is normally what you do for rafters. And so in between, there'd be a lot of flex, right? But we put these H-clips in, and the H-clips lock it together so that you see where this is, less flex, and it doesn't separate out, which is great. Now, a lot of you guys maybe are thinking to yourself, I don't want to do dangerous stuff in life or at all. I just want to be very safe. And I want you to know that God says over and over that the gates of hell will not prevail against us. He says, be strong and courageous. Throughout the Bible, he says, be strong and courageous. This means in everything in your life to be strong and courageous. And the gates of hell will not prevail. Now think about this. Gates don't come at you. You come at gates, and they will not prevail against us. We need to be strong and courageous and attack those gates. We need to bring light into a dark place. We're better than that. We're better than just sitting there cowering and trying to survive until we get to heaven. We need to go and storm the gates. We need to bring light and love to people that desperately, desperately need it, because that is what's important. All right? Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye. Today, we got most of that deck. We got tread on it, which means it's all screwed down, which is great. And it's really solid. We built this gable for above the master closet. We built this over the front porch cover. And then we did a lot more sheathing around the corner and stuff like that. So not bad for just a couple hours. If you look up here, what do you see? You probably, with the iPhone, you can't see anything. It looks beautiful in real life. And you look at it on the phone, you're like, what is that, a blurry Burger King sign? You know, it's the moon is what it is, okay? And probably a lot of you guys don't know that the moon is a symbol. And I was reading in Psalms this morning. Kenny, do you know what the symbol is for? What does the moon symbolize to us?
A piece of cake that's had a huge bite taken out of it?
That is close. James, you want to take a guess? No. Okay. In Psalms, it says that God will never go back on his word to David. He will bless David for as long as the moon is in the sky. When you look up and you see the moon, you know that he will bless David and his lineage. But then it says, if they are disobedient, if they disobey God, I will chastise them and I will discipline them so that they will get saved, so that they will do the right thing. but I will love them forever, and I will be on their side forever. And that's the kind of thing that God does for us. When he promises, I'm going to take care of you, that means you and everybody after you. Like, the garbage stops with you. Everything that came down your family line, if you will just stand in the gap, if you will just stand there against the current, then that will stop with you, and you'll absorb it, and it won't keep going. And I think that's an honorable thing to do, because, and God honors that too. And he says that those who disobey him, he will curse down to the third and fourth generation. That's a big deal. And you see sins of the father. You see people that are like, my dad drank, I drank, my son drinks, his son drinks, right? My dad was abusive, I was abusive, my son was abusive, his son, was abusive. And so on and so forth. And that's a bad thing. But he says that to those that obey me, I will bless them to the 1,000th generation. And when you look up at the moon, just remember, God honors his promises. As long as the moon is in the sky, he is going to bless you. So keep that in mind. We're going to come do some more work tomorrow, because that's what we do. Hello there. So this morning, we got a beam up on the, we got our uprights and our beam up there. We got rails up just so none of us fall off, because we care about safety. And we've got our trusses. You remember this big pile of stuff that was over here? Take a look, Mike. All of that we've taken and made into this house over here, which is pretty cool, except for the trusses. So we're gonna get those up, and we're gonna go get some lunch in a second. And we're gonna start laying those out and get all this done. So this is the high and dangerous part. We're all saying our prayers, and we're all like gonna take our time and make sure that we're safe, because this matters. All right, now I want to talk to you guys about this. Every one of us has a hole inside of us, right? And if you were in a crowd, you'd probably say, no, not me, not me. But once you're alone, then you realize, like, there's a hole inside of me. And we try to fill that hole because, it doesn't feel right. We try to fill that hole with all kinds of things that never seem to fill the hole. We try to put drugs in there and alcohol. We try to get fame and money and girls and, sex and all the things that we think are going to make us feel good, and it's going to fill that hole inside of us. And it seems like the more of that we put in the hole, the bigger the hole gets. And it's kind of a paradox, right? So what you don't realize, I think what all of us don't realize until somebody tells us, is that it is a God-shaped hole. And that's because God belongs inside of us, and we have pushed him out. And because of that, there's a void inside of us that we don't understand how to fill. And the only way to fill that and make ourselves whole again is to let him come back in. But the good news is, he's never more than an arm's length away, because we are the ones that pushed him out in the first place. We are the ones that were like, we don't need you, we can do this ourselves. And he's right here, politely, as a gentleman, going, I'm right here when you're ready. Don't wait too long. Why in the world would you want to live in misery? Fill that hole, get right with God. All right, love you guys, we're gonna go get lunch. Oh, I had no idea you're that. That's embarrassing. So, as you can tell, we got some trusses up. Not all of them. We got 14 out of whatever it is, 26 or something like that. So that's a big chunk. And let me tell you, the first few were really sketchy. There was some yelling going on. There's some people using 4-letter F words like free. Like, hey, I need you to free up the nail gun so I can use it over here. Stuff like that. But now we got it locked together. We got some plywood up there, some OSB. We're gonna put some more OSB up there. But we ought to like take a breath and like let our heart rate slow down and maybe like laugh. That's important. It's the best medicine. So, you're like, oh man, I feel really sick. And then we laugh, we're like, I don't know, I feel better. It's kind of cool. All right, so Kenny, you're pretty smart, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna go with yes. Do you know what Boaz was whenever he was single?
A bachelor?
Close. I mean, yes, but he was ruthless. You familiar with the story?
No.
I'll tell you. Okay, so Ruth had a husband in a faraway land, and her mother-in-law, Naomi, also had a husband, the father of her husband, and both of their husbands died. And some time passed, so they're both widows, and Naomi's like, I'm going to go back to Israel, and you can stay here, get yourself another husband. You're relieved of your duty of being a wife. And she's like, I'm coming with you, because wherever you go, I'm going to go. And, we're going to, until we die, we're going to be together. And so they would go back to Israel. Well, I know we've talked about not gleaning the edges of your fields, right? So they went, and they're widows. And so widows were very, very poor because they really couldn't work. And, that's sad. So more wealthy people that had crops and land and things like that, if they were obedient to God, would not glean the edges of their fields. So rather than coming all the way up and getting every last bit of their fruit, vegetables, whatever, they would like go wide and leave some for the poor so that they could get that with dignity. Now, Boaz was a landowner, and he saw Ruth and Naomi, and he heard their story, and he just pretended to be dumb and was like, hey, leave some behind on purpose. Let them thresh it and then leave it behind, enough that they can eat and go to the market and sell some so that they can, have a living. And so on purpose, he would like, oh, oops, did I leave that there? Just some extra money or whatever. Oh, that's pretty sure that's yours. That type of a thing, right? To the point where Ruth and Naomi were like very blessed in a land where they were strangers. Over time, Naomi talked to Ruth and said, hey, you know what you ought to do? You ought to go and be with Boaz. And Ruth's all like this, well, I'm trying to be faithful to my dead husband, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, that is over. You fulfilled your commitment. Go be with Boaz. And so she went and presented herself to him. And long story short, her and Boaz got together. And it's a good thing they did, because they were the great-grandparents of David, who was the king of Israel. And then 14 generations later, that was the lineage of Jesus. So I think that's pretty interesting. We are going to put some decking up here. I'm very excited about that. And Kenny, you got anything else that's on your heart?
I'm good right now.
You good right now?
Yeah.
Kenny's always got a good heart. Love you, man. Hello, and welcome to another day of framing with us. All right, so yesterday we got these rafters up. Take a look up there, Drew. And that was pretty sketchy. James, was it sketchy? It was pretty sketchy. It was pretty sketchy, yeah. But today, see, we were on fairly solid ground. Like, I can touch these. But today, come closer, Drew. I'll make sure you don't fall. Come on. I'll hold you. Look at all that. Look down, look up. We're gonna get those rafters over here. That's gonna suck. So, while we're all still alive and we got all our fingers and toes, we're not broken in half and splattered with blood, we wanted to make this video to tell you guys that we love you. Anybody want to say anything to their families? Babe, I love you. I hope I meet you one day.
Only try to cash in one of my life insurance policies at a time. Wait for the second one.
Because
you might go to jail for fraud.
No reason, but seriously. All right, so here's what I want to know, Kenny. And you're pretty smart, right? We're going to go with yes. Why aren't the terrorists targeting people that drive slow in the fast lane? This is a serious question. I think about this often, okay? I definitely would not lean on that.
I think about that too. But like traffic jams and like how it'd be so easy to carpet bomb the highway.
Right. You could do, what are those, the cluster bombs?
Yeah.
You know about this stuff, right? You're in the military. So tell us about a cluster bomb.
They blow up
But how do they blow up?
in a line.
But don't they blow up and then once they blow up, then there's more bombs than those and then those blow up?
No, you do like you were saying, a carver bomb,
Yeah.
and it's you got a detonation plate on this side. One guy hits it and it blows up 100 yards or however far you got to set out.
That's not bad. So that kills people then.
Yeah.
But you could also use it for like good purposes too, right?
No,
Just to kill people.
just death.
So literally somebody just sat around thinking like, how can I kill the most amount of people? And then somebody else was like, good idea, I'll pay you for that.
Yeah. Or
And
make
then-
it or I'll kill you and your family.
And then a bunch of people were like, yeah, I want to get involved in that. And then they're like, I'm going to make that. And they're like, ooh, you know what, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
No.
That's why
America.
we have Walter Reed now.
America.